Hello everybody and welcome back to more Rising Phoenix Racing League. This is round 5 for Season 4 of Rising Phoenix, and today we are at Austria. So let me just close my door and we should be good to go. Okay. So currently 18 drivers with us today. We are missing one Ferrari and one Alpha. And yeah, Austria is a track I like quite a bit. Shortest track on the calendar. Qualifying times should be in the 105s here, probably. Maybe 104s for the highest times. And yeah, shortest track in length and in lap time. Anything else I'm missing? Race is 36 laps. Has I think 11 corners or 10 corners. So yeah, it's basically the most basic circuit on the calendar and the easiest one to learn or get used to, at least in terms of relative to other tracks with more turns and with less forgiving runoff areas. But yeah. Oh, and it is raining for qualifying. Very interesting indeed. And it's full wet conditions, apparently, as deemed by the game, as determined by the game. So, very interesting. We're gonna see how people get along here, and I hope that they did some wet practice too. If they didn't, that would be unfortunate. Now, let's see. Oh, Reese, I believe, is going on to the Inters. So maybe it's interchangeable conditions. Maybe the Inters are actually faster slightly. Or they're just trying something new. First car out was a Red Bull, and it is Legend. Followed by, I believe that is Carbine. Alright, so Legend on the full wets. Yeah, some cars opting to go to the Inters. But, yeah, here we go. And here comes Legend onto the main straight, getting ready to do the, he's hoping, the pole lap here. Let's see if he can do it. Ooh, a little bit loose there. A little bit of a grip loss. Ooh, as Lucas retired from the session. Oh, I think that's for a that was for a penalty he had. So yeah, that's yeah. And up to the line. First time set is a 16.1. Dead on. Followed by a 17.4 by Carbrine. I believe, Virita 18.6 and Kono 17.3. Oh, as someone's gone off there. It's odd. I'm not sure. But, yes, Bunsback 16.6, Black Phoenix 16.9. Gamez will be the next one to cross the line on the inters. First person on the inters. Let's see if it helps him, or if it's just too wet. It's a 16.2 on the inters, so it's pretty interchangeable, I think is the right word, for the tire selection of what people want to go on. Inters will work just as well as wets, if not a little bit better, as Reese actually just proves right now. 15.8 on the green striped inters. Here comes Jack around the final corner. Very smart with the ERS. And it is P9, a 17.5. Next to set their first lap will be Maestro, I believe. Yeah, everyone's just going around trying to just, you know, go like 7-8 laps of fuel and just go around a bunch of times. Just go for a big blast because coming in after one, because like unless the race starts in the wets, tire wear for the qualifying tires won't matter because it'll be a different compound anyway, so they can do as many laps as they want. So more laps is more chances of getting a good lap. As Maestro is proving here by going on a second lap after his first one left him last of the current time setters. And so far he's doing much better, half a second up. So as Trench then goes purple. So let's watch him. Oh, Jay Prentice is actually ending his lap here, so let's quickly go to him. It's going to be a 16.6. Going P4. Alright, back to Trench. Go up to the line. It's going to be a pretty good time. It's going to be a 15.993, just behind Reese, to put him P2 on the board. Ooh, as Gamez, 15.846, just barely beats Reese to go P1. So yeah, Williams 1-3 is not bad at all at the moment. Oh, almost contact there between Gamez and I believe that is Kono. As Shea-T is on a lap here. Gamez gets out of the way. Ooh, a little bit deep there. Definitely went deep. as we have some cars going slowly in the second sector. Just letting out the cars through. As Trench sets a 15.5 to go fastest. So I believe the track is probably slightly drying up, maybe? If the times are getting consistently faster. A 15.9 for Shea. And a 14.3 for Legend. Yeah, the track is definitely getting faster, or they're just coming to grips with it even more. But that is a very solid time. 1.2 seconds faster than anyone else at the moment. Conal goes wide at turn 2 and invalidates the lap. As here we have Anton Bennett beginning his first flying lap. Yeah, I believe many are coming in, or, well, obviously many are, or have come in for the inters now, after setting an initial time on the wets. Because the inters are just faster, it definitely appears. There's not as much rain as it may appear. Ooh, a little bit of oversteer there from for Anton. A little bit wide at the final corner, but that's okay. Rita goes fastest with a 13.5. Anton goes P2 with a 14.2. So very good job by both of them. Jizzy goes P4 with a 14.5. Black Phoenix is P11 with a 16.0. Shay T 15.9. Who did I miss? I think I missed Jay Prentice 15.3 on quite worn softs, and he's out of fuel actually at the moment, so he's gonna have to go back to the pits, of course. As Flex Marcel has not left the pits yet, I don't think at all, or has, but has had to stop his lap. So hopefully he can get a lap in by the end of the 7 minutes remaining. Ooh, as Ritas, that's a purple second sector, and is getting pretty low on ERS. But this is looking to be very solid indeed. A little bit too wide there, or a little bit too much oversteer, but he might improve, and he does improve. A 13.2 on the inters. As Black Phoenix goes pole with a 13.158. Could we see a 12 today? We'll have to wait and find out. I believe this is Bazooka Joe here, coming up to the final corner, and it's going to be a P8, a 14.4. So that's P8. As I believe we have Trench coming into the pits. Legend is on an outlap, so let's watch Legend again. He was originally pole, but has obviously since dropped down to 6th. So let's see if he can reclaim that title. Oh, a little bit of oversteer there, but he saves it. Oh, as Jack King goes P4 with a 13.9. As Trench has left the session, probably a connection issue. Oh, and it appears Reese has selected the medium tires. Probably just a mistake, but Yeah, maybe it's planning on drawing up by the end? Possibly. Maybe he's seen that. Oh, never mind. Yeah, so he's back to the wets. The wet, the grooved tires. Legend finishing his lap here. It's going to be a 13.4 to bump him up to P3. It was, I think that was Gamez who bumped up to, or who jumped up to P10. As we have Carbrine Con 297 here. As Trench rejoins, Carbrine goes P9 with a 14.5. Let's watch. Next person will be Shati to cross the line. He will improve, but by how much? 0.6, but doesn't gain any spots. Almost gets Jay Prentice there, just by 6 milliseconds, or 8 milliseconds, just misses out. As here we are with Racing Maestro. As Flex has changed his tires from the wets to the inters, so he might be coming out in a minute. Out of the pits, as Racing Maestro sets a 15.0 to go P14. Yep, and speaking of Flex, here he is. So let's watch him here. Or once he starts his lap, I'll watch. I have a bunch of cars coming out. I believe Legend is on a hot lap here, so I'll monitor that. As Marcel gets out of the way of Gamez, who is on a lap. And he gets out of the way of Bazooka Joe, who's on an out lap. Ooh, as Maestro is 0.3 up currently in the second sector. Gets onto the grass a little bit, and he's in the low ERS mode now. Under 10%, you get reduced deployment. So less straight line speed, of course. But let's see if he can still improve. 0.3 up. Let's see. He does improve by 0.4 to go P12 with a 14.555. All right, now let's watch Flex here, as he's the only driver not to have set a time yet. Aside from Luke, of course, but he had a qualifying ban, I believe. So that's why. As Gamez has retired from the session. Ooh, very wide there at turn 2 for Marcel. Oh, there's a bunch of lapped cars in the way as well, or cars on other laps, so... Oh, he's passed one car, and now he will soon pass another. Oh, as he gets very loose into the first of the double left-hander corners. As Shay T's out of the session as well. He's extracted all he can from the car. As Black Phoenix goes... oh my god. Goes with a 12.8. That certainly will be pole. As Flex Marcel goes P16 with a 14.9. And that will be his only lap as he retires right after. But yeah, everyone on laps now. Oh, someone's just gone right into the wall. That is Jack King. right at the first corner. But yeah, let's go with Anton here. Oh no, let's go with Jizzy actually. I haven't shown Jizzy yet today. But yeah, the rain has definitely dried up, or it's definitely gone less rainy since the start of the session. That's for sure. As Rita retires, Vita. As here comes Jizzy. Here comes Jizzy through the final corner. As Black Phoenix goes extends his advantage. As Legend sets a 12.8 and Jizzy sets a 13.9. Anton sets a 13.5. And there's only a few left on track now. Shady is rejoined as Button goes P5 with a 13.6. As as everyone is, and I think yeah, we're just waiting on Kono now in the pits. All right, so yeah, there we go. That is qualifying for Season 4 Austria. Alright, so your qualifying order is Black Phoenix on pole position, then 2/10 behind Legend, then V Rita, Anton Bennett, Buttons Back, Bazooka Joe, Jizzy, Wee Reese, Jack King, Trench, Conal, Carbrine, Gamez, Maestro, Jay Prentice, Marcel, Shady, and Luke Vettel with a qualifying ban for this race. Oh, I don't want to leave, I want to stay. Almost left the session by accident there. Alright, and it appears to be quite an overcast race as well. So there might be rain as well. And it appears to be quite an Alright. And alright, so formation lap time. So let's get everything set up. Position change, enabled. There we go. Alright. So, as everyone qualified on the inters or wets, the wet tires, the two wet compounds, it's free choice of tire for the actual race, because it's a dry race to begin with at least. So as we can see, Black Phoenix, Button, Jizzy, and J Prentice are all deviating from everyone else currently on the softs and are going on to the mediums. So those 4 on the mediums, the other 14 on the softs. Now it's a moderately long run into turn 1. You can go side by side into it, but 3 wide, probably closer to the middle or the back of the field. If that happens, will probably not be feasible. So yeah, hopefully everyone can be well behaved, and it is all good. right. And the final car, Luke, at the moment, lines up on the grid. Black Phoenix and Legend, clear track in front of them both. 5 red lights here in Austria, and it's lights out and away we go for the Austrian Grand Prix, Season 4 of Rising Phoenix. A little bit of touching there in the battle for P2 as Legend gets past Rita. Black Phoenix leads away nicely. No major collisions at the back, I don't think. Yep, seems to be a pretty well-behaved start. Into turn 2. Oh, 3 wide there. Oh, that's not going to work. Oh, a slam there by the Haas into the Renault. As they all storm down into, well, I guess this is actually turn 4, not turn 3. But hopefully they can all stop in time, and they can. Ooh, as Conal has a penalty for gaining a place via corner cutting, which is said by the game. Legend currently with the fastest second sector, so he's definitely closing in on Black Phoenix here. But Black Phoenix is on the compound, the medium compound, so that is no surprise when you take that into account. But now Rita is right on the back of Legend, and they're side by side. Black Phoenix with the fastest lap, as everyone storms into turn 1. That's 1 lap down, 35 to go. Oh, Jack almost going to the back of Button, I believe. Now Jay Prentice and Flex Marcel very close. Flex is going to try to go around the outside here for P16. Oh, they appear to make contact, but it's just lag. Flex gets onto the grass, and now he's vulnerable to Shay T. But the Racing Point holds it and keeps the position. And they're really throwing it into that corner, aren't they? Rita very close to Legend here at the front. Oh, as Flex Marcella spun. Oh, and there's contact between Reese and Conal. As a penalty for Jizzy. A lot of position changes here. Reese going in really deep. Oh, Carbrine going in deep too. As back at the front here, we have a very close battle for P1. Only half a second separates the top 3, with 1 second separating the top 4. Ooh. Okay, someone's gone to the gravel a little bit there. That's Conal. I thought he had spun there for a second. Ooh, side by side into the penultimate corner, and then now the last corner for Jack and Button. Button keeps the position. Was Black Phoenix has lost the lead to Legend here, as Button and Jack go side by side once again. Ooh, as Flex has spun once again at the same corner, and now it's 3 wide into the hairpin for the lead of this race. Rita versus Legend versus Black Phoenix, and then Anton's right there as well. Bazooka Joe can seal this, and he's probably wondering what the hell's going on here. But this is exciting. Legend versus Black Phoenix. Oh, a lockup. And Black Phoenix loses some wing, and so does Anton. Now it's Rita versus Legend here. Anton goes a little bit wide there, and is now under pressure from Black Phoenix. Let's see if anything's happening here. Oh, yep. Trench and Gemez pretty close to Luke. Luke's had an amazing start, up 6 positions so far. Jizzy's down 8, so he is unfortunately the worst starter, whilst Luke is the best. As Anton comes into the pits for a wing, new wing probably. As Flex is spun again. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe this is Flex's first race with a wheel, or there might be someone else, but I'm pretty sure it's Flex, given yeah, how and this contact between Rita and Legend there on the straight. Yeah, and Flex Marcel has retired from the session. I believe the reason he was struggling so much was because as Rita is now Rita's now in the lead. It was because yeah, it was his first time using a wheel, or the first like league race using a wheel. As someone spun, that's Conal, and he's now last, or almost last. So it's a very unfortunate day for the Toro Rossos. Very unfortunate, very bad first 5 laps or so. Luke Vettel and Carbrine here, side by side. And Button is going to try diving it. But backs out at the very last minute, thankfully. Or just breaks just in time. As we have Gamez versus Maestro versus Button here for P9. Maestro's going to try to look around the outside, but can't. Can't get an opening. As Gamez has a penalty for multiple warnings now. Here we go, Maestro on Button into the hairpin, and Button stays ahead, and Button also has DRS, so he'll probably be ahead here. It was Jay Prentice and Shay T. Jay Prentice almost slamming right into his teammate Jizzy there, going very deep, and now Shay T's passed quite easily there due to that mistake. So Rita leads from Legend, from Black Phoenix, from Bazooka Joe and Jack. As that's Trench who's spun. Either he's been hit or he's spun by himself, but he has damage now. So that is a severe setback for him. Battle for the lead here. Legend with DRS down the inside into turn 4. Rita's trying to get the cut back, but Legend is back into the lead. So here we go, Maestro on Button for P9 once again. Button appears to force him out a little bit. He was alongside quite a bit. Ooh, as Rita and Legend here. Legend's trying to get the cutback after Rita goes in deep to overtake. Legend has the DRS. A little bit of contact there. Front wing to left to rear tire. Ooh, Jay Prentice and Shay T battling. Ooh, Shay T gets a little bit loose. And now Jay Prentice is passed. As Anton has a penalty for multiple warnings. As here we go, Jay Prentice versus Jizzy. And Jay Prentice is passed. Oh, there's some more carbon fiber there, so there was probably another incident up ahead here. I believe that is Reese's front wing, that piece on the ground at the hairpin. As Reese is into the pits. And as Jizzy's into the pits as well. So it is a, oh, here we go, side by side, Carbine versus Button. Carbine gets ahead. So right now it is a Red Bull versus Mercedes for P1 and a Red Bull versus Mercedes for P4, with the McLaren in the middle. Black Phoenix is doing very well to stay with them, with the top two, despite being on the mediums as opposed to their softs. And yeah, I believe the strategy should be soft medium or medium soft. As Jay Prentice is now hounding Racing Maestro here. Ooh, there they go, side by side. Racing Maestro gets forced wide, and wide again. And Jay Prentice is through into P9. Ooh. As V Rita has a pit, so the leader into the pits, or the second place. I wasn't sure. I'm not sure. But here we go, diving into the hairpin is Maestro. Can't get past Prentice quite yet, but maybe with the DRS, he can. Ooh. Jay Prentice just swipes across Maestro there. Luckily, no contact. We go battle for P3 here. Jack trying to dive it up the inside of Bazooka Joe, but thinks twice of it at the last moment. As the Black Phoenix is pretty close to Legend now. Legend's softs must be going off. Oh, and the Bazooka Joe has disconnected. So that's very unfortunate for him. He's going to lose that P3 and lose a lot of other positions as well. Hopefully he can reconnect soon. As Jack has a penalty for multiple warnings. Oh, but here we go, Black Phoenix on Legend here. Into the hairpin. He's not close enough yet, though. As Rita has just passed Jay Prentice. And now Carbine is making a move on Button for P6. Goes way deep. Button's gonna retake that spot for a moment. But Carbine's right there. Oh, they bang wheels. As Bazooka Joe has just lost another position to Luke. And is right in the sights of Luke's teammate here. And as Legend comes into the pits, Black Phoenix takes the lead of the race. Yeah, and Bazooka Joe's just losing so much time, like at least 3 or 4 seconds a lap here, being in AI mode. He's down into P9. It's really gone all wrong for him in this moment. Oh, a little bit of a touch from Rita onto Carbine, and Rita's passed. But Carbine's gonna come back at him around the outside of the hairpin. But to no avail, unfortunately for him. And here we go, Legend on Jay Prentice. Very close. Legend thinking about going to the outside there, but wasn't enough room. Legend on new mediums, Jay Prentice on worn mediums. So this should be a pretty easy pass once he can get a good spot to do it. Let's see if he risks it into this corner. Nope. He's going to wait for the DRS. Rita with the fastest time with a 7.6 as Legend passes Jay Prentice. Ooh, but Legend goes, gets a little bit squirmy there off of turn 1 as Bazooka Joe is joined back, albeit around 15 seconds behind where he should be. And on 15 lap old softs. Oh, and he's about to get, and his AI just got passed by Jack King as well, and by Anton. Now the battle for P11 here is pretty close. Ooh, a Shady gets way on the curb, hops over it, and loses the position to Kono. As Bazooka Joe pits for, of course, the mediums. As here goes Gamez on Carbine for P10. Oh, they bang wheels. And Carbine slots in behind Gamez. Ooh, but tries going for the lunge, and they make contact But Carbine is through. As Reese, I believe, just got past Luke. Or Reese stayed in front of Luke. Here we go, and Luke is back past Reese. As Button is closing down on Legend. Let's see what these guys do. Gamez versus Carbine here. Purple first sector for the Williams driver. A little bit of contact behind as well between Cornell and Shea. Still side by side for both of them now. Side by side, Gamez with the inside line. Gamez gets the position, and Cornell and Shea T are still battling here into the double left-handers. And Shea T gets that battle. Shea T wins that one. Now here we go. Jack on Anton. Anton on worn mediums. Jack on fresh mediums. Let's see if we can get him into the hairpin here. Not quite yet. Maybe next lap. Possibly. Possibly. Ooh, as Carbine has gone past Gamez, but Gamez dives back down the inside. Goes deep. They make contact. As Cornell is chasing Shea T down. And they go back into turn 4 side by side again. Gamez with the cutback, but it's not enough. Oh, Shea T goes a little bit wide there, and Cornell almost seizes the opportunity, but the door shut right before he could. That's now Carbine's going to be very vulnerable to Gamez here. With no ERS. Both of them. But Carbine goes very deep around the outside. They make contact twice. So much contact between these two. Just little bumps. Thankfully no damage though to either of them. As Cornell might dive up the inside of Shea T and does so. So Cornell's now in P12. As Black Phoenix pits, will come out P3 just in front of Buns back on fresh softs. As opposed to Buns 20 lap old mediums. And Jay Prentice pits as well. But this battle here, oh my. See Gamez on Carbine once again. A little bit of a bump there. But now we have another battle for P15. Back here. Oh, as Cornell and James go side by side. Racing Maestro, Bazooka, and Trench are battling too. Ooh, Bazooka Joe a little bit out of shape there, but so is Trench. Oh, battle for P11. Shady gets past Gamez. And now Conal's chasing Carbrine. With the two RPT brothers not far behind. Well, I don't think they're actually brothers. I just think they have the similar names. But Bazooka Joe and Racing Maestro. Ooh, as Conal and Carbrine here bouncing off of each other. And Conal is, ooh, almost. Conal is finally through. Oh, but Carbine's right on him though. And he isn't gonna let up. As both Anton and Button are in the pits. Here we go. Carbrine on Conal now for P7. Currently 7th. DRS. Here goes Carbrine up the inside, or down the inside. And he gets the spot. But Conal's going to come back, or try to. Very close, but unfortunately can't. As now Luke is very close to Jack King for P4 as well. Let's see what he does. Jay Prentice has a penalty for multiple warnings. Here we go, Luke on Jack. Not quite yet. Maybe he'll get him. Here we go. Down into the hairpin. A little bit of contact. Now they're side by side. As back here we have more side by side action. Into the hairpin. Shady with a massive lunge. Completely pushes Button out of the way. That's gonna let Jay Prentice back through. It's 3 wide. Jay Prentice is up 2 positions because of that. A very horrible mistake by Shady. I hope neither of them have damage. I don't think Shady has damage. I don't know if Button does though. Bach Phoenix with the fastest lap of the race. Currently chasing down Rita. 3.7 seconds is the gap. Ooh, Carbrine with a penalty for exceeding track limits, or multiple warnings rather. So here we go. A lot of battles here. Ooh, Button almost can't stop in time. Thankfully he does though. Ooh. Him and Jay Prentice getting a little bit argy-bargy. Now Conal on Carbrine. Carbrine covers off the inside. As Reese has dropped down a couple positions. Reese on the hards. As Luke Vettel has left the session. I'm not sure if that's I think that may be a connection problem. Not a volunteer not a quit voluntarily. As Shady's in the pits for softs. And Colonel got quite close to Carbine there, but not close enough. And here we go. Colonel trying around the outside of Carbine, trying to cut back. A little bit of a bump between the two. Conal right on the back of Carbine there. Oh, but Conal gets out of shape, and Jay Prentice spins, trying to avoid him. Very unfortunate incident there for Jay Prentice. He had nothing to do with that, and he got caught up in it. And now he's gonna get overtaken by Jizzy, as well as Bazooka Joe, and Racing Maestro almost too. Very, very, very unfortunate. Well, Jay Prentice almost spins again coming into the pits. Yeah, Jay Prentice needs the pit now, and he will be last, unfortunately, in this race due to that. Carbine passes Luke, and so does Button. Oh, Button gets very sideways there through the hairpin, and now Anton is pressuring him, or pressurizing him. Into turn 4 they go. Button maintains the position for now, but Bennett is coming back at him. They're side by side, and Anton gets the spot. As Racing Maestro, Gemez, and Trench here battling for P13. As we are on lap 28 of 36 in this race. As Anton has a penalty for multiple warnings, but now it's about to be 3 wide almost into the hairpin. Ooh, Anton covers him off very aggressively there, Button almost causing a collision. It was a very last minute maneuver there. But now Anton is under serious pressure. It's 3 wide, almost 4 wide, as Anton and Carbine touch. Bennett and Carbine are touching a little bit there in the braking zone. Well, this is very intense now. There's another side-by-side battle going on actually back here as well. Bazooka Joe versus Jizzy. Amazing camera angle here, seeing both cars like this through the turn, and Jizzy gets the spot. Oh, this is gonna go right down to the last lap, I'm pretty sure. Will the mediums win or will the softs win? Oh, Button and Carbine connect. Almost take both of them out. Ooh, Carbine goes for a very last minute lunge there. Both the cars on the outside get pushed out. Carbine's trying to find space around Anton, trying desperately to get that P5 position. They almost connect again. Button breaks late. When Carbine's almost forced off by Anton there, Button's coming back at Carbine. Conal is seeing it all here today. I'm really glad that we can get this footage here. So it's Anton past Carbine, past Button, past Conal. Oh, but Button is coming back at Carbine into the fast right-hander. They go. Carbine has to go wide. And Carbine keeps that P6 position as Conal has to go wide, avoiding Button. With someone spun, it's Bazooka Joe. Bazooka Joe is spun, and so has Racing Maestro. And there's a safety car now in the race. Safety car with just 7 laps to go. I wonder what is going to happen now. This has changed everything. Okay. Okay, let's see. So Racing Maestro's DNF'd. Bazooka Joe has to change his wing. Now, does Rita pit? Rita does pit. I would say that is a pretty smart decision, actually, yes. obviously onto the softs. Black Phoenix is coming in behind him, so it will be a straight race to the finish. As Luke Vettel has rejoined, seemingly at a perfect time actually, because safety car. But yeah, let's see if the cars in the further behind or back positions decide to pit or not. Well, by further back, I kind of mean midfield, not really the back, but yeah. Alright, so Conal into the pits, Jack into the pits, Carbrine into the pits, and Reese into the pits. So yeah, pretty much everyone is getting on new tires, except for Luke. Luke is gonna stick it out and try to finish on the mediums. Well, he will finish on the mediums, but his speed is the main question. So let's see what happens now. At the end of the safety car, there should be 4 laps to go, if my math is correct. So with everyone on new softs, this is basically like a race, like a new start of the race. So this is going to be very exciting for these final laps. It's almost like a Brazil 2019, with the safety car coming out near the end and then creating an absolute blitz by the end, or until the very end of the race. Ooh. As Bun comes into the pits, I don't know if I would have done that actually, because those tires can go to the end, and Anton is on older tires and is staying out as well. I don't know if he'll make that much of a difference by the end, but it is his choice, and it might pay off handsomely later on in 5 laps time. It was Gammas as a penalty for exceeding track limits. As Bazooka Joe pits again, I believe. I believe he pit a second time there. Oh, someone's gone off. That's Gammas. He's just gone straight on. Under the safety car. I wonder, was that because of the penalty? Was that not his, like, was that him doing it, or was it not? I'm not sure. But safety car, I believe, will be in this lap, I think. Only 4 laps to go. No, I think it'll be next lap. Yeah. Alright, so, well, yeah, 4 laps to go at the line. We'll have the safety car in, and then we'll have 1 more lap of, or 3 more laps of racing before this quite thrilling race, actually. One of my favorites so far, of all the ones I've commented on, or even seen, before this comes to a close. Alright, so everyone is currently in formation. So let's see. So position changes at the moment. Virita up 2. Black Phoenix started on pole, now in P2. Legend started alongside Black Phoenix, now in P3. Anton, same position. Carbrine with the best race so far, up 6 spots. And Bazooka Joe with the worst race so far, down 8. As Anton has a penalty for ignoring yellow flags. And Carbrine does as well. Very interesting. Jizzy does as well. Is everyone gonna get a penalty here? Is this a glitch? I'm wondering. Okay, not everyone, but 3 cars got it there. As the safety car is set to come in within 1 minute, we'll be going again. So yay, exciting stuff. Alright, so What is Rita gonna do off of the start? How long is he gonna hold the pack up? And will he still be leading by the end of this race? We will find out right now. So Anton on older tires, the only person on plus 4 lap old tires, or plus 3 lap old tires. So we'll see how he gets along. Jay Prentice on the mediums, albeit a lap down, and Rita here about to blast off right out of the final corner, and there he goes. Black Phoenix follows, Legend follows behind as well, and oh, there's carbon fiber behind. There's been an incident behind. Not too sure, but into turn 1 they go. I believe everyone at the front is well behaved. Ooh, huge accident. Luke versus Shay T there. That's gonna cause some stuff, some drama certainly later on. Ooh, Luke versus Jizzy as well. That's 2 dive bombs there. That well, apparent dive bombs that haven't really worked out. As Luke is pushing Shay T now. Or Shay T is pushing Luke. They're both pushing each other. I shouldn't blame one. I didn't see it. They're both rubbing against each other. Well, someone spun. Oh, it's Jack. Jack is spun. Lost some wing. And he is going to be last. Well, almost last now. Ooh, as Luke has spun as well. And Luke is has retired from the race. With just 3 laps to go. A very unfortunate safety car restart for him. As Carbine is pressurizing Anton into for 4th place. He has to be patient and just wait for the DRS on the last lap. That's what I would do at least. But he might go for it here. He's gonna try it. He's gonna try it for sure. Ooh, they touch, or they almost touch. Anton gets pushed out. Now he's battling with his teammate Conal. Reese is getting a good view of this. Anton tries to go around the outside of Carbine. So Conal's back down into P6. But he's trying to get P5 now desperately. Oh, here we go, side by side. Oh, and Anton as well. Could this be a double overtake by Reese here? Oh, almost. Almost. As Anton has retired from the session. So he's out of the race. He's out of the race. He's voluntarily retired from the session on lap 35. So I don't know why he did that. His tires were fine. They should have been at least. I'm not sure why he would do that though. I hope everything's alright. As Legends does the purple first sector. And now with DRS here, this is going to get very interesting for every single position here. I'm going to focus on the leaders for now. Actually, no, I'm not. Nothing's going to happen there on that straight. But here we go. A three long train here. And here we go. Bun versus Trench. They're weaving. As Anton has left the game. Well, left the session. As Rita comes around the final corner, chased very closely by Black Phoenix and Legend. Rita wins, but Black Phoenix gets it on penalties, and Legend is 3rd. Carbine will be 5th, as Colonel's 4th, and Reese is 6th now, as Trench is 4th. Bun is 7th, Carbine's 8th, Bazooka Joe's 9th, Jack King is 10th, Shay T is 11th, Jizzy is 12th, Anton is 13th, well now 14th. And Jay Prentice is coming around the final 2 corners now to complete the race. We've had 5 DNFs, 13 finishers out of 18 starters. It's been a hell of a race, and yeah, congratulations to everybody. So that is the race. That was a very good race in my opinion. I really enjoyed that. A lot of battles, all the way through. Safety car at the end, spiced stuff up. And yeah. So there's the podium. Yeah, great race, everybody. A few little incidents in the race, but nothing crazy, I don't think. Nothing that should cause any drama. So yeah. So your final race results are as follows here. Black Phoenix, the only driver without a penalty, it appears, out of the whole bunch. Well, Luke didn't have one and Flux Marcel didn't have one either. But out of, yeah, look at that. Yeah. Rita and Legend both with 6 seconds of penalties. Trench with 3. Yeah, Black Phoenix with none. So yeah, it of course was a 2-stop to win, based off of the safety car coming in. If not, it obviously would have been a 1-stop. And fastest lap, I believe, goes to Rita with a 5.9. Yep, I think it's Rita with a 5.9. 105.966. So, yep. But yeah, very good race by Black Phoenix, you know. Didn't finish first on track, but did finish off the penalties. He kept it clean. Started from pole, kept it clean, kept a cool head when he fell behind a little bit, and he ended up the victor. So yeah, congrats to him. Alright, so that is it for today's race. Tomorrow we will have Canada for round 6. And yeah, we hope to see you then. From all of us here at Rising Phoenix, we say thank you for watching and listening, and we will see you soon. Goodbye.